What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Alright guys, let's get right into it. You already know the vibes. You already know what type of time I'm on. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, well damn, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Check out RaiderHoncho.com. And don't forget to hit the likes on this video right now. We know this week is a big week. Not only because I said the Raiders are going to win out, not only because the Raiders are having back-to-back victories, albeit that it's in overtime, so we're barely scraping by, but we're scraping by. We're getting it done. We're winning these ball games in tough environments. They said my boy Derek Carr couldn't play in the cold. Well, guess what? Last two games were pretty damn cold, and they win. So we'll see what happens. All right, now, the Raiders have the Chargers. The Chargers, one of the teams I hate the most. I hate that powder blue. I hate that piss yellow that they wear. I hate everything about the Chargers, okay? I hate every single thing about the Chargers, including a double standard when it comes to quarterbacks. I'm tired of the double standard of Justin Herbert being the golden child, the golden boy, the next great thing in quarterbacking, when his stats is damn near the same as Derek Carr, who's easily able to cut, who's easily should be traded, who easily is one of the most hated people on earth, not just football players, people in general, man. The type of stuff I see on Twitter when it comes to Derek Carr is just disgusting. You guys should be ashamed of yourself, because some of the stuff that y'all even think before you even type it is very sickening, man. It's sick. We got some sick people out there, but listen up. We got the Chargers in town, but I'm not going to give you my game synopsis or predictions, anything like that for this game. I want to talk about the Raiders offense. I want to talk about when the season first started and we started losing a couple games back to back, and they were close games and games we should have won and games that we started good and didn't end well. We didn't score enough points, and everybody said, let's get rid of Josh McDaniels. And everybody said Josh McDaniels isn't the guy. He's not the offensive guru. He's not the quarterback whisperer that everybody thought he was. Well, I just want to revisit those topics, because although I've had my issues with Josh McDaniels, and one of my issues is that Josh McDaniels seems to be very soft. I'm talking wet bread. I'm talking about a biscuit with a ton of gravy on it. Just super soft, man. He seems to be soft. He seems to be overwhelmed at times on the sideline. But when you talk about his offensive prowess, and you talk about his mind, and you talk about his ability to scheme, his ability to play call, which I think he has some suspect play calls against the Seahawks, in my opinion, but I digress. When you talk about Josh McDaniels as a whole, and everybody's saying that he isn't what we thought he was going to be, I just want to break down the numbers. I mean, so when you talk about the Raiders offense and you talk about where we are right now, we're 10th in the NFL in points per game. We are 8th in the NFL in passing yards per game. We are 13th in the NFL in rushing yards a game. And I believe we're 7th in total yards a game. We talk about Derek Carr. Derek Carr is number 8 in passing, and Josh Jacobs is number 1 as a running back in rushing yards, and Devontae Adams number 4 in receiving yards, and I believe he's top 2 in receiving touchdowns. So when you think about where our offense is at right now, you got a top 1 running back, right? You got a top 10 quarterback. You got a top 4 wide receiver. You don't have a healthy Darren Waller. You don't have a healthy Hunter Renfrow. I mean, honestly, I think it's time to revisit the idea of Josh McDaniels and his offensive prowess. Is he legit? Is he somebody who's intelligent enough to move the offense? Has he done enough to kind of get you to get off his back and say, don't fire the guy, but let's just kind of retool some things, let's get more consistent? Because in the beginning of the year, I told y'all, and everybody gave me so much flack for it, I said Josh McDaniels has a lot more to prove than the players do when it comes to winning games and proving himself, because he's only done it in an organization that has been super successful. He was kind of hiding behind Belichick. He was hiding behind the Belichick way. He was able to just kind of, I don't want to say coast by, but he was able to get by behind a culture and an organization that was synonymous with winning. Now he's in a culture and an organization that's synonymous with being awful, and we'll see what he can do. But I told you he needed to prove it. I got a question. Is he proving it? Has he done enough? The Raiders offense seems to be clicking. Is it clicking enough to where you feel like we should keep Derek Carr now, or are you guys still saying we should get rid of Derek Carr? In my opinion, you keep Derek Carr. He's already showing you that he's getting it. He's starting to grow in the system. He's starting to grow into the scheme. He's starting to understand what Josh McDaniels wants. He said a few times that he came to the sideline and Josh yelled at him. He's like, no, Josh, I was right. And then he had to remember that was a few systems ago. For you guys out there to try to act like he should already know what's going on, he should already know the system because he's a veteran quarterback, miss me with that shit. Miss me with that shit. There's people that are good at math that still struggle when they move up in math levels in school, okay? It is what it is. It takes time to adjust to it. It takes time to learn the rules of the scheme. And I think Derek Carr is showing that he's doing that. Josh Jacobs is playing well. This is a guy they didn't pick the option up on. Is he worth the money? Are you going to pay Josh Jacobs? You get a healthy Darren Waller, you get a healthy Hunter Renfrow. I think Derek Carr moves the ball around more and doesn't just throw to Devontae Adams, which seems to be a complaint now that he's only throwing to Devontae Adams. Who gives a damn? Like, I don't care, man. Get the ball in the end zone, and I feel like Derek Carr has been doing that. His numbers are very, very good considering how much the Raiders have struggled as a team. When you're talking about they haven't finished games, you're talking about the two halves not matching up with the production. The fact that the Raiders have looked so awful at times, and for Derek Carr to be top 10 in almost every passing category lets me know that Derek Carr is part of the upper echelon of quarterbacks, man. And I think that you keep him, restructure some of that money, and you build that offensive line and you build that defensive line. I think the Raiders have a shot at being a really, really good team. So get down in the comments, let me know what you think. Is Josh McDaniels doing his job? Is Josh McDaniels a passing coach right now? Matter of fact, give me a grade in the comments right now. Get a grade for me. Is he passing, failing? Put a letter grade on it. Let me know what you think of Josh McDaniels' job so far. Alright, so if you like the video, like the video. You like the content on this channel, well damn, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Honcho. Check out Raiderinfo.com. And until next time, as always, Honcho out.